All I want is to get close to someone, to share my experiences with someone else, and be able to do things not alone. But when this happens, I get worried. My anxiety takes over. I worry about them leaving me and ghosting me, or the end being worse than the beginning. And because of this, I overthink everything. And I worry about the end of whatever relationship it might be. Because of this worry, I subconsciously decide that it's better to not experience it at all to protect myself. I want to stay inside this bubble of my own creation that's safe, where I can't get hurt. And I self-isolate myself. I start ghosting them instead because I worry the opposite will happen. And I can't get attached to someone. And I can't be hurt by that if I wasn't emotionally invested in the first place. Welcome to a new video where I'm talking about self-isolation and how trying to be in an adult relationship is so hard when you have anxiety and depression banging at your doors. Before I start, I do want to apologize for my schedule being a little bit off. I should have been uploading more than I have, and I also apologize if you left a comment and I'm just responding to it now. If it's been 2 weeks, I'm sorry. I've just been a little bit busy, a little bit overwhelmed by stuff. But I'm back now, and today we're talking about a topic that is kind of important to me because I've seen it oh my god, dude, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling great today. My head's in the wrong place. And that's I point of these videos is I want to be real with you guys. I don't want to edit out the ugly sides of life. And I feel like I can't talk to the people around me about this kind of stuff. And I hope you guys might relate to it. Or maybe it makes you feel a little bit better that you're not alone in it. So back to the topic, back to what we're talking about today. So in my life, I've met a girl, and we've hit it off. We've been talking for about 2 weeks, and it feels like it's about the time where I should ask her out to be official and to be exclusive to each other. But I feel like she doesn't deserve me. Or sorry, no, I feel like I don't deserve her. I mean in the sense where she is way more entertaining and way more exciting than I am. And I don't know how to get rid of this feeling. And so what do I do? Instead of talking to her about this and, being honest, I set up a barrier. I worry about, if we get into a relationship, the breakup will hurt 100% more than getting together, and I don't know if I'd be able to recover from that because of the way I am. And on the flip side, I worry if we don't get into a relationship, she's going to lose interest and ghost me, and I'll be out of friend. Now, I don't think either of these are necessarily true. I think we both enjoy each other's company. And I think if I talked to her about this, she would be understanding. But it doesn't remove the fact that that's what my brain says. I've been really struggling lately with self-hatred. I've talked about it before on the channel. But as of late, it's been really bad for some reason. And I feel like it ties in where I feel like I'm not good enough for someone. There's no reason for them to want to hang around me and want to pursue a relationship with me because I can't stand myself. I don't like my own company. And then that also makes me search for someone to fill that void because I hate being alone. I look for anyone to make me not alone, however that may be, you know? And this is where one of my primary fears comes from, is I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of getting attached to someone, enjoying their company, and then having something happen where I'm forced to be alone again. Just as soon as I get out of my shell, I'm forced to go back into it, but I'm not ready to go back into it. So what do? I stay in that shell. No matter what the circumstances is, I don't allow myself to get out of it. And any sort of change, it scares me. I want change. I want to have a relationship. I want to be an adult, but I can't when I'm fighting against these thoughts that won't let up. And I'm not sure what the solution is here. One of the other issues I'm running into is it's such a lifestyle change. I haven't been in a relationship in probably about 4 or 5 years. This is my first official adult relationship. And I say change of lifestyle because we'll hang out between my classes or when she's off work or something. And, you know, that's great, but I'm used to playing video games in between classes or going by myself and listening to music while eating supper. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to have company. And it's something I desired so much. But now that I do, I find myself longing to be alone again. But when I'm alone, I don't want to be alone. It's such a conundrum. There's no right answer here. It feels like whatever I do, it's the wrong solution. So what's my plan? How am I going to fix this? And if you guys are struggling with it, how are you guys going to fix it as well? And I think the solution is to be honest with yourself and be honest with others. Whoever you're struggling with, whatever that may be, if it's, a loved one, if it's a partner, even if it's just a friend, I think honesty goes a long way. One of my favorite animes is Neon Genesis Evangelion. And that's just because I relate so much to Shinji, who's the main character. He has such a self-hatred for himself that he will do anything just to be accepted by others and be noticed. And yet when he's alone, he feels like he's not enough. And that just resonated with me so much that I couldn't ignore it. The concerning thing is that there wasn't any solution presented necessarily. His solution was to accept yourself, to love yourself, and take care of yourself. And I honestly think that's a solution, is to prioritize your own mental health, however that may be. I don't think self-isolation is a good thing. I want to make that very clear, where it's not a healthy coping mechanism. There are certain things, like I do value my alone time, and I think that's important for everyone. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, having time by yourself is important to discover more about your own being and to contemplate about your life. I think that's very important. But there is no defense I can make for self-isolation. I think that is objectively a bad thing. And if you find yourself in this situation, please be honest with yourself. Be honest with those around you. And take care of your own mental health. It is, I know I'm stressing that point, but it is so important. I feel when I feel my mental health slipping away from me, and I feel like I'm not myself. And it's the worst feeling because I feel like I'm about to hurt those around me. And in my situation, this girl that I really like, I don't want to get into a relationship because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt her. I can't bear the thought of potentially making her sad or making her cry over something that I've done. And instead of communicating that, I shut her out, and I bottle up these emotions, which is extremely unhealthy to do. Now, part of me hopes that you don't relate to this. I always say that where I make these videos, but I hope that my viewers don't relate because they're shitty things to have to go through. But if you do relate to it, I want you to know you're not alone. I know it might feel like that, and it's a cliche thing, but it's true. Be yourself and, live for today. I believe in you, and I think we all have the strength to come through. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, I apologize for the lack of content, but I hope you enjoyed this, or, maybe it's just nice to listen to someone talk for a bit. If so, I'm glad. So take care of yourselves. All right. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.